You will never get this from the narcissist. Now, what is this? That's what we're going to talk about in this video. From dealing with the narcissist, I'm sure you know by now that they have difficulty attaching to you or attaching to anyone. They just can't establish an emotional attachment. And that's why you're always left feeling alone, feeling misunderstood, like they don't care about you, like you don't matter. And then they start a smear campaign. They create all of these lies and stories about you, which they tell to other people. And then it just leaves you completely alone and isolated. And if you look at it, the reason why you're left feeling stuck right now and you're on your own, you have no friends or family, no support network. Of course, it's because the narcissist turned them all against you. But they turned them all against you because they couldn't emotionally attach to you. They couldn't share your experience, they couldn't understand you, they couldn't put themselves in your shoes. And not only can they not attach properly, but they also can't detach, which is why they end up stalking and harassing you. They end up causing trouble for you. But they never really cared about you anyway. It was an illusion of significance. They never saw you as a separate person with your own wants, needs and desires. That's why by the end of it, none of your wants, needs or desires were fulfilled. You're just left alone with nothing. I know you've been there, and I've been there too. I know what it's like to get involved with someone who doesn't even care about you, and in the end you're left with nothing. Nothing but the pain that they caused. So yeah, you will never get this from the narcissist. You will never get that true emotional attachment. And it's sad because you deserve it. It's crazy how the way they treat us, and we're not deserving of it. We did everything we could to make them happy. But no matter what you do, it's never good enough for them. Because they can't receive it. They can't emotionally attach. And I know many of you who are watching this, you're going through something that I've been through myself. I mean, obviously I have healed to some extent. So I already know what many of you must be going through. You feel completely alone, like no one's on your side. You just feel completely worthless. You feel like you're of no use to anyone, like you're not good enough. If that's how you feel, let me know down in the comments below, because that's exactly how I felt so many times. I think that's how we all feel when we're dealing with these types of people. But I have to say that even though I'm a YouTuber, I've got over 160 100,000 subscribers, over 40 million views. You know, every morning I go through my comments, and maybe you're watching this now and you posted a comment, and I took time out of my day to read your comment and maybe even respond to you. You may not matter to these types of people, but that's because they're narcissists. They can't emotionally attach. They can't receive your love. But I receive love every day. Every morning when I go through my comments, I take time to read everything. Sometimes I spend up to 1 hour just going through the comments, because it's that important to me. And I know many of you, maybe you were messaging the narcissist. You might have sent 10, 20 text messages. You may have been calling them every day, and they never picked up the phone. They never returned your call. They never even read your message. And it just leaves you feeling so insignificant. Makes you feel like you're nothing. But just know that you may be nothing to them. Yeah, that may be true. You may be nothing to them. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just gonna give you the truth. You may be nothing to the narcissist. But every morning when I wake up, I read my comments. You are everything to me. And you can be everything to someone else. You may never be anything special to the narcissist, and you have to get to a point where you can accept that. You're okay with it, because you know it has nothing to do with you. You can be the greatest person in the world and still be nothing to them. You can't give something you don't have. And these narcissists, they have nothing to give. They have no love inside of them. And that was one thing along my journey. It was very difficult for me to understand that. Because as you know, I pour my heart out every day into these videos. I'm very passionate about my work. It means so much to me. So I just can't relate. I can't understand these people who have no passion for anything. And they can spend all of this time with you and then just forget you. Like you never meant anything. Like you never existed. That to me is crazy. Because when I've spent some time with someone, even just after a few months, that person means a lot to me. If they didn't mean a lot to me, I wouldn't have spent that much time with them. And I guess the reason for that is because I do have the ability to emotionally attach to someone. Maybe a bit too much. Maybe that's what got me hurt. Maybe that's how narcissists manage to exploit me. But yeah, this is something you're never going to get from them. They're never going to emotionally attach to you. You're never going to get that. But you can get that from yourself. You can get it from within by realizing your worth, your value. And I can tell you right now, we all know narcissists pick the best of the best. They're looking for supply. They're looking for money, power, status. So if you were picked by a narcissist, you must be something special. And as I've said, I go through your comments every day. I've had coaching sessions with hundreds of clients over the last 4.5 years. And, every time I'm amazed. Well, I shouldn't really say amazed, but I am amazed in some ways of how successful and physically attractive a lot of my clients and viewers are. In some ways, I'm not amazed by that because I know narcissists do target the best of the best. That's what they want. That's what they're looking for. But I'm amazed in some ways because I'm just like, how is this even fair? I mean, I just look at some of my clients and viewers and I think, you must have spent so much time working on yourself, building yourself up. You must have spent so much time to get to where you are in life, to succeed, because it's not easy. This is a very competitive world, and these victims of narcissists, they've managed to succeed in life despite the odds, and they're on top of their game. For what? Just so you can give it all away to some loser? That's what I'm thinking when I see a lot of you. That's what goes through my mind. And it's hard for me to get my head around it. I just think, how can this happen? Why does this happen? And, many times, I must say, I have felt, I've looked back at the people I've dealt with, the narcissists, and I've thought, all of the time and energy I've put into working on myself to become who I am, why did I have to end up with them? Why couldn't I end up with someone like one of my clients, one of my viewers? Someone who put everything they had into the relationship, just like I was always willing to do. But that's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. And it really breaks my heart when I see that. When I see you have so much to give, and you gave it all away to someone who doesn't even appreciate it. I mean, that is just one thing that really messes me up inside. Really blows my mind when I think about that. We spend all this time working on ourselves, going to the gym, exercising, working hard, making money, and then we lose it all to some fool who doesn't deserve it. They just take advantage of us. And they're so jealous and insecure. They're so competitive. And why? Because they already know they don't deserve us. They know we deserve so much more than that. And that's why, even after everything you do for them, they can never praise or compliment you. They can never give you the recognition that you deserve. because then you would realize, you would wake up and see that you do have something of value. The problem is you're giving it all away and getting nothing back in return. I mean, that's really it. You lose your value from being involved with these types of people because they are low value. They're taking what you've got and they're not replenishing you. So of course, your value is going to diminish. And then it just confirms their narrative because you've been destroyed. You're left with nothing by the end of it. And then you think, oh, maybe what they're saying is true. But I am living proof that what these people say is not true. I went through a lot with these narcissists, but I came out the other end. Things got better for me. And things will get better for you too. It all starts by realizing your worth. And that's why I'm here. That's my mission throughout all of this. I'm sure some of you will remember my first ever video. The narcissist doesn't want you to look good or feel good. That was the first video I ever made 4.5 years ago. Because even back then I knew that they don't want us to realize our worth. That's one thing they do not want us to know. And yeah, that's why they just cannot emotionally attach to us. Because doing that would not benefit them in any way. Instead, they manipulate, they trick us, because that's how they gain an advantage over us. But yeah, I just want you all to know that you are special. And they will never tell you that. But you need to remind yourself every day. You need to remind yourself of all of the work you put in, everything that you accomplished. These things mean something. They have value. If you give something of value to someone and they don't appreciate it, that doesn't mean it doesn't have value. It just means the person you gave it to can't appreciate it. And then you got to question, why can't they appreciate it? Well, narcissists, they are very ungrateful. They have a strong sense of entitlement, and they use that lack of appreciation to control you and keep you running on their hamster wheel so that you put out more and more. And it's also so that you don't realize your worth. If they appreciate what you're giving to them, then you're going to realize your value, and then you're going to be looking at them and wondering what they're going to give back to you in return. Because there should be reciprocation. There should be an equal exchange of value. But there never is with these narcissists. Alright, I've got to put Nala in here for a few seconds. You're live on YouTube. I hope this video was helpful. I hope it uplifted you. And most of all, I hope it has helped you to realize your worth. Because the narcissist realized your worth. That's why they targeted you. That's why they stayed with you for so long. That's why they hoovered you. It's only when you start to realize your worth, then they ghost you. They're gone. Alright, I hope this video helped. If it did help, please give it a thumbs up down below. And as always, I will talk to you in another one very soon.